Vergilles King, Kiovros Bande, Telephone Silsa, Infibodos, Clan Todos Dan, Menstila Plastis Tonos Des, Soletanilist, Unsinlande, Destorno Confidos Lebe Destinos, Sathiros,
What do you know about the young Selkath who has been going missing?
Vergilles King, Kiovros Bande, Telephone Silsa, Infibodos, Clan Todos Dan, Menstila Plastis Tonos Des, Telephone Silsa.
I would like to investigate the murder case involving Sunri.
Pietro Demonski, Dorvogel Brene, Infibodos, Clan Todos Dan, Menstila Plastis Tonos Des, Dorvogels King, Kiovros Bande, Telephone Silsa, Infibodos, Clan Todos Dan, Menstila Plastis Tonos Des.
I suppose you're Sunry's only hope. We have to at least try to help him.
Vergilles King, Bistmalle, Bistrade Post, Gondrande Vertikaldete, Kiovros Bande, Soletanilist, Unsinlande, Destorno Confidos Lebe Destinos, Sathiros, Vergilles King, Kiovros Bande, Telephone Silsa, Infibodos, Clan Todos Dan, Menstila Plastis Tonos Des, Soletanilist, Unsinlande, Destorno Confidos Lebe Destinos, Sathiros, Ostonelde, Destorno Confidos Lebe Destinos, Oston Poscanfi, Bistrade Post, Gondrande Vertikaldete, Vergilles King, Kiovros Bande, Telephone Silsa, Infibodos, Clan Todos Dan, Menstila Plastis Tonos Des.
Yes, but it almost seems too heavily stacked, doesn't it? Very suspicious.
Vergilles King, Bistmalle, Bistrade Post, Gondrande Vertikaldete, Kiovros Bande, Pietro Demonski, Dorvogel Brene, Infibodos, Clan Todos Dan, Menstila Plastis Tonos Des.
Got something on your mind, Doodle?
You never did actually say why you decided to come with me.
No, I never did I?
You know, I don't have to take you with me.
Of course you do. I know things, remember? You think you could make it around this part of the galaxy without me? But don't answer that. At any rate, I already told you why I wanted to leave. I'd seen everything I wanted to on Kashyyyk. Time to go. Time to move on.
Move on to where?
To bed. I'm old and tired, you know.
No, really.
How many kilometer-high trees can you find an interest in before you figure you've had enough? I bet you can't be bothered to stay in one room for more than 15 minutes. And then there's all the critters in the Shadowlands. I'm just happy to be back in space, doing something new. Is that too much to ask?
You could do that on your own.
So I could. Well, not having a ship does tend to put a damper on that kind of idea, however. I'll admit, for all its flaws, Kashyyyk was home enough. But when you came along and I saw the destiny you had before you, I couldn't help but be intrigued.
You know what my destiny is.
Of course not. Weren't you listening last time? I can see that you have a destiny before you, but the details are far from clear. In fact, everything about you that I can see is odd. Slightly off, as if my eyes are trying to trick me. Something is very dark about you, but... I'm sure you don't need to hear my ruminations. You've probably got enough nosy Jedi offering you one opinion after another to make you sick.
So you're coming along to not offer your opinions.
I'll remind you that you're the one who started pumping me for information. Like an old man doesn't have anything better to do. I wouldn't worry about it too much if I were you. You remind me a bit of Nomi. And that can't be all bad.
Nomi? Who's Nomi?
Nomi Sunrider. She came late to the Force, just as you have, and became one of the greatest Jedi ever. Oh, fine, fine lass. Whether you'll follow the same path remains to be seen. For one thing, we'll never get anywhere if you stand around chatting up old men all day.
So you're along as some kind of observer?
Nonsense. Have I ever refused to help you when you asked? How confused can one person be anyway? One thing I will say is that this little escapade does remind me a bit of my adventuring days before the war. Those were exciting times. Or at least it would remind me of those times if we didn't stand around. What's keeping you? You're too young to be so talkative. Shoo! Shoo! Got something on your mind, do you?
Tell me about Sunri. How do you know him?
What? You think because I'm a hermit, I've always been a hermit? Just because I haven't seen Sunray for 20 years doesn't mean he's not a friend. Man could have changed a lot in that span of time, though. But to become a murderer, I can't see it. That's not the Sunray I knew. He was a good man. Put me up in his home for a year back after I left the Order. War hero, too. Or so I hear. I wouldn't mind helping the fellow if we can. I owe it to him. Or you can be a young monkey lizard and ignore me, I guess. Well, I don't expect much these days. Yes?
What?
Got something on your mind, do you?
Never mind.
Oh, I get it. Let's play with the old man's head, is it? He's half senile. He'll forget I said anything. Wait, what was this about anyway?
Hey, this street is for Sith only. You gotta pay a 20 credit toll to walk down this street.
You can have your credits when you take them from my cold dead hand.
You talk big, but remember what we did to Tharrv. Maybe you're next on our list. Out of my way, unless you want to feel the wrath of the Sith.
Maybe I should just split you open from head to toe. How's that for wrath?
Are you threatening me? It's illegal to try to start a fight in Atto City. Constable, over here. This Republic scum is trying to break the peace.
The Sith and I are exchanging meaningless taunts. I'm sorry, Constable. It won't happen again. What are you going to do? Here are your credits.
Takum justak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chu ai thaudonga, tulpada bonk molya gando da nago chuchut. Moga shampongpa, bolawana chikni. Bamul slik mo poda nawanga kun bist mulira best.
I need to meet with Itharak Ulder. Can you set it up?
Tong hai tuam jiji yumalith pa ang inkotu. Tulba da bunkwalya gando da nago chuchut, kachi chu ai thaudonga. Yumalith ka inkotun, chilo mulra de ne bobo. Munko kun biskang, bamulara.
Unless you want the Manon authorities to find your body floating in the ocean, you'll set up this meeting.
Takum justak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chu ai thaudonga, tulpada bonk molya gando da nago chuchut. Moga shampongpa, bolawana chikni. Bamul slik mo poda nawanga kun bist mulira best. Tong hai tuam jiji yumalith pa ang ikotu. Tolba da bunkwalya gando da nago chuchut, kachi chu ai thaudonga. Yumalith ka inkotun, Chilo mulera de nebobo. Munko kun biskang. Bamulara. Kabatumpa kun palya mokapata. Bonanay kachu. Yinkin kuno bamulirachi kun. Tong na bunsha nyunyan. Kabawol pamulchi kamana.
Sorry about the threat. I didn't mean anything by it.
Rundi haudonga kuhungabi. Wana kunbes. Jink palamul tung kimba na konkek. Tung ting tachun kun nek mulira best. Takum justak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chu ay haudonga. Tulpata bonk molya gando danago chuchut. Moga shampongpa. Bolawan na chikni. Bamul neslik mo podana wanga kun bist mulira best.
Here's 500 credits to set up the meeting. That should prove I'm serious.
Takum justak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chu ay haudonga. Tulpata bonk molya gando danago chuchut. Moga shampongpa. Bolawan na chikni. Pamul neslik mo podana wanga kun bist mulira best. Tong ay tuam jiji yumalit pa ang inkotu. Tolbada bunk walyagando danago chuchut. Kachi chu ay haudonga. Yumalit ka inkotun. Chilo mulira de nebobo. Munko kun biskang. Bamulara.
How can I help?
You're curious about something.
Am I so transparent? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, considering our bond. Yes, there is something I would like to ask, if you'll permit it.
Go ahead.
In our time together, I've been watching you. You are a true servant of the light. You follow the tenets of the Jedi Order despite the lure of the dark side. And with so little training, for me it has always been a constant battle. Don't you find it difficult at all? You make it seem so easy. Or is that only an illusion?
I just do what I think is right.
And that's enough for you. If only it were as easy for me. If only the right path was always clear. I've always struggled for control over my passions. I've always been too quick to anger, too quick to get involved. My instructors constantly berated me for it. I've often dreamed that I might be able to confront Darth Malak myself. I dream I can use all this power I have to kill him and stop all the death and destruction. I just think about all the evil that the Sith have caused, and I get so furious. Yet we are told that these feelings are the path to the dark side.
It sounds like you have your own demons to face.
I suppose I do. Part of me thinks that it would be worth anything to vanquish evil, even if it meant giving in to my base emotions. The very thought that I could become as evil as Malak, I just can't fathom it. It just doesn't seem possible. I mean, how could I... No. Wait, I'm sorry. I shouldn't even be asking you this. The Jedi teachings are clear. Who am I to question them? And even worse, who am I to try and make you question them?
What?
These are dangerous thoughts. The indulgence of a vain mind. Please, forget I ever mentioned this. Let's just return to our mission. Yes?
No, I don't have anything for you.
skin.
Takum justak miki grabal mogo. Kachi chu ay thaudonga. Tulpada bonk molya gando danago chuchut. Moga shampungpa. Bulawan na chikni. Bamul neslik mo podana wanga kun bist mulira best. Tonghay tuam jiji yumalith pa ang yinkotu. Tolbada bunk walya gando danago chuchut. Kachi chu ay thaudonga. Yumalith kain kotun, chilo mulra de bobo, unka kun biskang, bamulara.
You don't need to do that. I won't cause any trouble.
Rundi hadonga kuhungabi, wana kun bes, chink palamul tong king ba na konkek. Tung ting ta chun kun nek mulira best, kachi chu ay hodunga. Yinkin kuno bamulira chikun, slima podana. Rundi hadonga kun hunkabi.
Personal feelings. Do you mean you don't like Ithorak?
Takum justak miki grabal mogo. Kachi chu ay hodonga, tulpada bonk molya gando danago chuchut. Moga shampungpa, bolawan na chikni. Bamul neslik mo podana wanga kun bist mulira best. Rundi hadonga kuhungabi. Wana kun bes. Chink palamul tong king ba na konkek. Tung ting ta chun kun nek mulira best.
What if I gave you 500 credits not to protect him?
Tonga bug sham uninong. Wanga kun beast king bamulira. Chuni yun tun jiji ay thaduana. Kavavol pa muljui kamana. Kachichu ay hodunga. Yinkin kuno bamulira chinkun. Slima podana. Rundi hodonga kun hunkabi. Akum justak miki grabal mogo. Kachichu ay hodonga. Tulpada bonk molya gando danago chuchut. Moga shampungpa, bolawan na chikni. Bamul neslik mo podana wanga kun bist mulira best. Tonghay tuam jiji yumalit pa ang yinkotu. Tolbada bunk walya gando danago chuchut. Kachi chu ay hodonga. Yumalit kain kotun. Chilo mulra de bobo. Unka kun biskang. Bamulara.
What can I do?
What? Chua Pengti, Yun Patisa, Ichuba Jikotka Naga, Kingunwa Mulira Dwana, Kinba Chalora Kun,
I'll be going now.
Topa na Ota Bokasa, Pampa Ki Mulira Kun King, Changwaba Chingo, Shangwi Chama Ucha, Wish Uyong Kun. Uchua Penki, Tong Wamaji, Human Act in Ikatune, Chi Itakanki, Chana Kilikon, Chiwa Aita Kanki,
Itharak Kulda is dead.
Tong Hitwama Aki Inkotune, or Tong Hitwama Ji Aki Inkotu, Tong Panokun, Nonek, Chiwi Aita Ka Chong Chicha, Ki Mulira Kungin, Kimba no Kunik Dota. Jiska dosoki, kopa pono nakachu, labora na winki smack toma, kuyami jusku chitanai, uchua penki, topa na ota bokasa, yubabato kanchi, yatuka ulan, ki mulira kunkin. Tong hitwama aki inko tune,
I'll be back later.
chiwi aita ka chong chicha, agi inko tune, chuna mulira. Tangi wama jiko na, tong ipa nonku nek abog.
Huh? Sure.
I hear you've been appointed as arbiter in Sunry's trial. My husband is innocent. Please don't let him go to jail for a crime he didn't commit.
I have this recording showing Sunry killing Ilasa.
Lies! It must be! I knew the Sith would never let a Republic hero get away. You must find Sunry innocent.
Your husband might not be so innocent, Elora.
This is all a plot to discredit the Republic. Sunry is a victim of a Sith frame-up.
It's possible. I haven't seen Sunry since I crashed on Kashyyyk. A man can change a lot in that time. The man I knew could never have done this crime, however.
Find the real evidence. That's all I ask. The real evidence will prove Sunry didn't do this.
When I get out of here, you're dead! I'll gut your fishy little corpse, cut off your head, and bathe in your blood!
Jolie, What are you doing here? Alora sent me, Sunry. I'm here to get you out of this mess. The courts went and made us arbiters for your case. Just like old times, eh, Jolie? You come swooping in out of nowhere to save my tail from the fire? You saved my wrinkle butt more than a few times as well, friend, if I recall. But there'll be time for catching up later. Right now, we need to focus on the case. The case is a complete frame-up. Anyone looking at the evidence could see that. Or so I thought. But the cellcasts seem to think that there's enough to go to trial. There aren't any witnesses. All that evidence against me is circumstantial and completely flawed.
There's a few things we have to clear up.
Go ahead, ask. Ask what you need to. I've got nothing to hide.
I know you're guilty, Sunry. I've got the Republic's data recording.
So the truth is out. I never meant to kill her, you know. When I found out she was a Sith spy using me to gain information, something inside me just snapped. She didn't know I had found out. So I waited until she fell asleep. And then I killed her. Simple, really. But once I realized what I'd done, I panicked. I contacted those spies from the Republic to help me. They found the illegal monitoring device that the Sith had planted in the room, altered its recording to hide my part in it, and cleared up the evidence. I figured that was the end of it.
You're nothing but a cold-blooded killer.
It's easy for you to judge me, but you weren't there. You don't know what it was like realizing what I'd done. But it doesn't matter anyway. The Sith must have been spying on me and Alasa, trying to make sure she wasn't a double agent. They must have seen the Republic spies getting rid of all the evidence, so they planted their own evidence. Alasa must have stolen that hero's cross from me long ago and given it to her Sith masters like some kind of trophy. I just thought I'd misplaced it. But when the cross turned up on her body, I knew the Sith had put it there. So, now you know the whole story. What are you going to do?
You're guilty, Sunry. Confess.
You think I'm some kind of monster, don't you? All I did was kill a Sith. How many Sith have you killed? Dozens? Hundreds? Thousands? That's different, Sunry, and you know it. We don't kill them in cold blood while they sleep. I don't see how the two of us are any different. She was a spy. She was using me to get information so Malak's army could destroy the Republic. She deserved to die.
Killing your lover while she sleeps is murder, even if she is a Sith.
If I confess, I'm looking at 20 years in prison. And the Otto City officials might even place Kolto sanctions on the Republic Embassy. Without Kolto, how can we treat the injuries to our soldiers on the front lines?
These are just excuses, Sunry. We both know you have to own up to your crimes.
No, I can't do that. And put the Republic's supply of Kolto in danger. No, I won't. Look, I may have done something stupid. And it may only be worse for my standing by it, but I will not confess. If you turn me in, the Republic will likely lose its Kolto export privileges, and then we'll lose the war for sure. Are you going to send all those thousands, millions like Tharrv to their deaths just for your sense of justice? Sunry, this is wrong, and you know it. I am a Jedi. What is it that you expect me to do to defend your actions? You do whatever you have to, Jolie. I know what I did, but I also know what's at stake here. No, I'll rot in here if I have to, but I won't betray the Republic. Do what you have to, but know what the consequences will be.
I want to begin Sunry's trial now. Yes, let's begin the trial. Sunry is guilty of the murder. I have this recording as proof.
This is why we Mandalorians don't have courts. We prefer to settle things with trial by combat.